Mary suddenly realized the silk thread in her hand would burst into flames under sunlight. Then Mary remembered the emperor's birthday was only 3 days away. She immediately decided to sew a dragon robe for the emperor with the thread. Mary and her mother stayed up for days and nights to finally finish the robe. But the night before the royal banquet, a palace maid quietly snuck into their room and stole the dragon robe. But instead of stopping her, Mary secretly curled her lips into a cold smirk, because Mary was actually the princess of the kingdom. In her past life, Consort Lee fought her mother for the emperor's favor and deliberately framed her mother by ruining a screen meant for the Empress Dowager to keep her daughter from getting dragged into it. Her mother had no choice but to take her own life to end the false accusation. Mary watched her mother die right in front of her, but could only bury that blood debt deep in her heart. 20 years flew by. Mary inherited her mother's embroidery skills and became the most famous embroidery princess in the capital. But she never forgot the truth behind her mother's death, and the hatred in her heart never faded. The grief hit her so hard she suddenly passed out. When she opened her eyes again, she had somehow traveled back 20 years to the exact day her mother was about to be killed by Consort Lee. Right then a eunuch raised his blade and charged at her mother. Without hesitation, Mary rushed forward and shielded her mother. Even though Mary's mother was just a low-ranking concubine candidate, Mary herself was the emperor's biological daughter. Even with Consort Lee backing him, the eunuch still didn't dare make a move. At that moment, Steward Gao from the Empress Dowager's palace happened to pass by. Mary instantly grabbed onto that tiny chance to survive and promised Steward Gao she would present an even better screen tomorrow. Steward Gao didn't dare ignore her because of her princess status, so he agreed to give the mother and daughter one more chance. But Consort Lee was ruthless and determined to wipe them out completely. She refused to let them off that easily and ordered everyone not to give the mother and daughter a single thread. Without thread, there was no way to embroider the screen. Her mother panicked as she stared at the hopeless situation, but Mary already had a plan in mind. That night she brought her 2 brothers to the royal bird garden because the garden raised a special colorful pheasant. In her past life, Mary accidentally discovered the pheasant's feathers could be crushed and dried into colorful thread, and the thread was 100 times stronger than imported silk from the western regions. So they caught a pheasant and spent the whole night plucking and drying its feathers. With the processed thread, her mother quickly finished the colorful screen. Early the next morning, the mother and daughter went to greet the Empress Dowager, but before her mother could even speak, Consort Lee suddenly stepped in and attacked first, accusing her of destroying the Empress Dowager's western region screen. The Empress Dowager instantly flew into a rage and immediately ordered her execution. Seeing the situation, Mary lightly waved her hand, and the palace servants quickly carried out the colorful screen behind her. The moment the screen opened, it glowed with a soft golden light. The embroidered scene of peace and prosperity looked unbelievably lifelike. The Empress Dowager instantly went from furious to delighted and cancelled her punishment on the spot. She even made an exception and allowed Mary to attend the emperor's birthday banquet in 3 days, and specifically ordered her to make a dragon robe with the colorful thread. If the robe turned out well, the emperor would wear it at the birthday banquet. But Consort Lee was burning with rage after hearing that. She refused to lose to a concubine with a background in embroidery. Before long, she came up with a vicious plan. Then she summoned one of her trusted